All right, welcome everyone to the IWM broadcast of the iNRS Racing Series. And tonight we are at the Brickyard at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the iNRS Brickyard 200. I'm Rick Souza here in the booth with my co-broadcaster, John DeRudris. And John, this is such a classic track.
It's a classic track. I'm glad to see these Cup cars back here at the Brickyard and around Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I got to say, this track and this race is going to be very, very entertaining to watch tonight because this is not a track that's on the schedule. Typically, this track is you're actually going in the opposite direction and you're going on the road course. So it's going to be a completely different beast for these guys tonight. So excited to see what they're able to do here on the IWM Broadcast Network. You know, and we're approaching the playoffs, so we're looking for some of those drivers to potentially get a win. But right now we got about 2.5 minutes left until we get to qualifying car contact right there with Jordan Wenzel. And that's common here, Rick. You could easily get tight and hit the wall because you have really, 4 chances to do it.
Yeah, and certainly this is one of those tracks where you've got these long front and back stretches, but getting in and out of these 4 corners, especially with older tires, gets to be a challenge.
It definitely does, and that's where you have to manage your tires. This is not a track that you can simply, go flat out. You do have to apply braking. You do have to apply a lot of different things here to make sure you don't do that. But either way, it's going to be a great, great, great race. First time that these cars in this series have been on the oval. So let's take a little bit of a look into our top 10 in points right now. You have Jordan Booth in P1 with Jordan Wenzel in second, Corey Bunch in third, Mr. Alex Murphy in fourth, Tyler Lemon fifth, Vernon Broadbeck there in sixth, Michael Whitley in seventh, Brendan Hayes in eighth, Alex Forget-Baruby in P9, and Matt Robinson in P10. The previous weeks we have been talking about the battle inside the top 10. This week it seems like the battle has shifted between 10th and 13th, though, in points, with 26 points separating those 4 drivers. So, it's big swings in who can get that final valuable playoff spot. It could easily happen here tonight. 5th through 7th have a tight battle of 4 points going on as well. And outside of the battle for 16th, which has cooled down just a little bit, the battle to keep a close eye on tonight is the 77 of Corey Bunch and the 81 of Jordan Wenzel. Second place is worth 10 playoff points, and Bunch has closed that gap to just 39 points behind Wenzel. So can he keep that pace up, or will Jordan and Jordan, the Jordan and Jordan show, Jordan squared, continue to reign supreme? We've seen that all season long.
Absolutely, and of course the same thing goes with we got 10 drivers locked into the points with just a few races left. You've got Jordan Booth, Wenzel, Bunch, Forget, Lem, Broadbeck, Hayes, Magin, Giroux, and Alves. That's it. So 10 are locked in. That leaves us 6 spots available. And right now, Tony Japs, he's sitting 16th. He's just got 16 points to the good, and Ty Bostic is 16 points behind. So, that is really, really close. And as these last 5, 6 races, 7 races wrap up, it's going to be crazy.
Yep, it's going to be very, very crazy. And so, really quick, let's talk about who is on fire right now going into the Brickyard 200. We can't start a Who's Hot list without talking about last week's winner, Vernon Broadbeck. The 10 cars had 4 straight top 10 runs going, with 3 out of the 4 being top 5s. He hasn't had a finish outside of the top 15 since an 18th at Darlington. And so the Mike's Hard Lemonade driver is definitely finding his groove as we start to get into the warm weather of July. And probably the hottest driver right now, though, is going to be the 30 of Alex Murphy with another top 10 finish. The Canadian has amassed 8 straight top 10s, with 7 of those being top 5 runs, which is just absolutely wild to see. Outside of wins, Murphy has done everything absolutely right over the last 2 months. So can we finally see him potentially get that first win of the year this weekend? We're not sure. But, while not setting the world on fire, the 22 of Ty Bostic has had 4 straight top 20 runs. He runs in the Tech for Troop Cup Series, so he's definitely used to having a full schedule and some experience behind the wheel. And this may seem small in comparison to the other guys, but these runs of 18th or better have put him within striking distance of that cut line. So the 22 was a strong contender at the end of last year, so it may be looking like he can come back and burst into the playoffs once again. But Rick, talk about really quick who's on the opposite side of this equation, who's not right now.
Well, I know the 15 of Clark Francis just can't seem to get his ship righted and pointed in the right direction. He's had 3 straight finishes now outside of the top 20. We've talked about what was in the top 20. He's been outside the top 20, and that's not looking good for the teammate of last week's winner. So with 10 locked in the playoffs, can something be done to get the 15 in victory lane? At this point last year, the driver of the 5, Richard Mills, was solid in the playoffs and sitting inside the top 10. This year, the dirt racer has only amassed 1 top 10 finish. So with finishes hovering around 15th lately, the tracks look better than earlier in the season, but the driver of the 5 is still going to need a win to make the playoffs again. Also,
yeah,
it seems weird to throw the other purple dinosaur driver on the who's not list, but with a couple of missed starts and 2 out of the 3 finishes sub 20th place since his win at Charlotte, the driver of the 40 car, Brendan Hayes, has made the naughty list. Once the driver who seemed to be the 3rd best driver behind Jordan and Jordan, he's kind of slipped his way to almost outside the top 10. So he's going to need good runs. Going to be crucial to him for that 40 to make it back up to, trying to get back up to where his teammate resides.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, thinking about this track in the iNRS series, the Brickyard is brand new to this series. And with no race at Pocono last week, we can't even judge who'll be good, because obviously turn 2 in Pocono was modeled after the turns here at Indianapolis. So, I would say look for some familiar drivers up front. You have Booth, Bunch, Jeffers, those guys. But we'll see who's able to master this very long, rectangle. It's not really an oval; it's a rectangle. This track has long straightaways, and really quick while we're at it, I'll just talk about my 3 keys really quick. So the first key, I think track position is going to be absolutely essential. Also, that is a beautiful Jeff Gordon paint scheme right there. Absolutely love that, Mr. Matt Parasini. Hats off to you. It's like an alternative, rainbow scheme. Gotta love it. Anyways, track position. I think you have to be up in the front. I think it's going to be very difficult to pass in these cars, especially when they're all bunched up. Speaking of Corey Bunch, there he is right there. And when they're all bunched up, it's going to be tough to pass. And what I've noticed, because I'm going to participate in the Brickyard 400 on a lovely, very early Saturday morning here in about 2 days, in traffic, these cars push like crazy out of the corner. I mean, absolutely push like crazy. So you have to really figure out that. And, when it comes to pushing, I'm not talking about bump drafting. I'm talking about getting tight. And typically when you get tight, that means your tires will start to wear. And so, tire conservation, number 2. I mean, I may put that at number 1 overall outside of track position, but you have to have your tire conservation skills up to a T. The reason why is because your fall off is going to be pretty intense here after just a couple laps. And if you try to push, and run qual laps, the first couple laps, you are going to fall off quick. And I've done that from personal experience. So expect the fall off to be somewhat severe. And then third, the big thing along with track position, along with tire conservation, you have to think about when you're in this race, where is pit road? And so pit road entry is going to be absolutely wild. You have to start slowing down before you get to that line. If not, you're going to slide. And we may see some wrecks tonight, Rick, that happen because of pit road entry. So there's beautiful Indianapolis right there. You can see it in the background. We have a 5-minute warm-up before we get started. But, Rick, I got to say, are you a fan of the oval? Are you a fan of the oval here at Indianapolis?
Absolutely. I think it's just one of those tracks that that is just a historic track in motorsports, and I think every car should, the trucks, maybe not so much for the trucks, but definitely the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. This is where they should be. This is a track meant for them.
Yep, I agree. I'm right there with you. I think I missed having the Brickyard as an event on iRacing, and I miss seeing them race. And as a Jeff Gordon fan, obviously he's from Indiana, and this track was always something I looked forward to watching because he won this thing like freaking 5 times. So it was very fun to watch. But either way, I think the road course, it's great. Don't get us wrong, but you remember what happened a couple years ago when William Byron hit the turtle and it broke, and hell broke loose. Everybody was wrecked. So I'm excited to see what this track can bring, especially when you put these iNRS guys out there, some of the best here on iRacing. So excited to see that. And talking about this track, where would you want to be? You have 80 laps, you have a stage break at 26, track temp's pretty hot, no quick repairs. You have to keep that in the mind. 5 sets of tires, 60% fuel, 3 green-white checkers. So I anticipate these guys have to coming down pit road probably around 21 to 23 laps on a stint. Where would you want to start this race? Do you want to start in the back? Do you want to start in the front?
This is one of those tracks where if you lose the draft, if you lose momentum, if you're, this is a long track. You're going to see a lot of, if we stay green for a long period of time, this field of 28 drivers is going to get stretched out, and if you don't have a drafting partner, if you can't get 2-3 cars or more together, it's going to be a long race. You'll never catch the front. So for me, I want to start and stay top 10 and just follow the leaders and see if there's an opportunity to pass, make a move, try to figure out how I can side draft to my success.
I'm right there with you. I think one thing has been talked about in the actual Cup Series is, drivers anticipate this being a fairly heavy drafting track, especially obviously not in the corners. You don't want to push anybody in the corners here, but, getting out of a corner and trying to make a pass, setting that up, 2 corners before. I think you're going to have a lot of opportunity to pass on the straights, especially if you can get a run out of the corner. You can for sure pass the car in front of you. I think you're going to see a lot of that tonight. And so, I think it's going to be fun. We got a message from Jordan Wenzel, something about the broadcast being asleep. We're live, correct?
We are live, yes.
Okay.
That's interesting. What did he message you on?
That was just on iRacing, like on the actual server.
Yeah. No idea.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. I was like, I checked, and I think we're good. So,
yeah, we'll double check our feed just to be certain, but not sure if that's on our end or his end.
Not sure. But what we do know is we're 1 minute away from these cars being back at the Brickyard.
Yeah, no, feed's positive. We're all good. All right, so just 45 seconds or so left, and we'll go live. Again, we've covered the race details. Let's see if I get that cleared up, and we'll get that grid momentarily. So, John, looking forward to this tonight. We had a night off last week because of iRacing technical problems. They had a challenge, which unfortunately didn't allow our racers, our league, to run. But here we are back. Our Wednesday nights have wrapped up for about 4 weeks. So, we're here. This is our weekly event, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And no better way to kick off a little bit of a summer stint with the Brickyard here on Thursday night. So 1 second away, 0 seconds away from getting this grid underway. All right, who is going to be on the pole for the inaugural iNRS Brickyard 200? We are about to find out here momentarily once the cars start to hit the grid, and I think they should be at the grid here in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. And look at that track. Just the dynamic weather just completely changed. Now it's wildly overcast.
It is.
Yep, wildly overcast. Now, one thing you will have to know is we are going to start on the backstretch. You got to keep that in mind. We are on the backstretch right now, gridding up for this race. So let's bring up your starting lineup for tonight's iNRS Brickyard 200 presented by iNRS and Admin Box. You have the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube there on pole with Tyler Lemon second, Vernon Broadbeck there in third, Jordan Booth in fourth, Jonathan Varanauskas there in fifth with Ty Bostic starting in sixth, Alex Murphy starting seventh, Vince Burns starting P8, Corey Bunch starting P9, and Jordan Winsel starting in 10th.
Richard Mills starts in 11th. Matt Perricini to his outside in 12th. Eric Jeffers in 13th. Joe Musso in 14th. Michael Whitley Jr. in 15th. Corey Ennis in 16th. Jacob Musso in 17th. Dan Hughes in 19th. Nick Alves in 18th. Nick Alves in 19th. And Martin Giroux is in 20th.
In 21st, you have Tony Japs. In 22nd, Austin Walton. 23rd is Matthew Robinson. And starting in 24th is Mr. Scott Thomas. 25th, Ron Fitting. 26th, Garrett Walden. 27th, Martin Pinnell. 28th, Mike Wheel. And starting in 29th, 35, Grease Monkey Motorsports machine of Tyler Sexton. Looks like we got some pretty cool paint schemes tonight. I see a Tony Stewart. I see a Jeff Gordon. I think that is a yellow submarine car back there. So I think we have a lot of different paint schemes going on. But here we go. Pace car is down. We're about to get the inaugural iNRS Brickyard 200 underway. Green flag in the air as those clouds look mighty dark.
They do. That should maybe cool off the track a bit. We'll see how that goes.
All right, here we go. First time we've seen these cars dive into turn one.
See that 40...
Side-by-side racing.
Jordan Booth dives down.
Here we go. There's the 41 out to the inside there. That is, or excuse me, I think that's actually the 20 of Martin Pinnell.
Yeah, I don't understand the paint schemes. That's a little bit... I'm not sure what's going on, John. We've got our leaderboard and our folks are... Something's happening with the telemetry. That's coming straight from iRacing.
So I'll tell you this: the lineup right now. You have Tyler Lemon first, Jordan Booth in P2, Alex Forget-Berube in third, Vernon Broadbeck in fourth, Ty Bostic in fifth, Jonathan Varanauskas in sixth, Jordan Winsel in seventh, Vince Burns in eighth, Alex Murphy in ninth, and Matt Perricini there in 10th. I was confused. I was like, that number doesn't make any sense to me. Because that's a 40 XLI car.
Yeah, could you look at your telemetry outside of what we're getting from our software and see if that's any different than what we're seeing?
No, it's the same thing. It says Garrett Walden's up front, plus 25.
So that's what iRacing is doing.
Now, iRacing actually tells me on the sim that Jordan Booth was in P2. Now he is in P1. I'll see if it changes at the line. Yes, it did change at the line. So Jordan Booth is in first.
Telemetry just corrected itself.
There we go. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I was about to say, wow, we're going to have to call this manually. That's going to be a lot. I love it.
He dirt tracked through that corner.
It's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to heat those tires up too much, because if you do, you will be hurting for quite a few laps afterwards. So you got to really be careful. But Rick, let's go inside the helmet of that 41 car. This looks scary. It looks like there's a thunderstorm about to happen. I mean, it looks way worse. Look at that. Looks like we're about to get some rain. We're not, obviously, but...
Yeah, you're riding on board with Jordan Booth here in the 41. So he's downshifting into the corner. Staying in fourth gear. Off the gas, back on it. He is riding on edge here. We'll watch him we'll watch him go through 3 and 4 just for. And what we're watching is that steering wheel. That orange is the center as he hits the apex of the turn. Counter steers a little bit.
I'm kind of shocked he downshifted.
It may be the way to get around this course. Let's jump back. Let's go back to 10th. I guess that's Matt Parasini. Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess downshifting is the way to go here. I was practicing staying in 5th gear earlier today. Maybe I have to give this a shot. They're obviously running a little bit of faster lap times. But look at that field all stretched out on one of the longest straightaways in motorsports. Outside of probably, Le Mans.
2.5 miles. It's Talladega without the high banks.
Basically, yep.
And squared it off. All right, so Jordan Booth is out in front. The 19 of Alex Berrubi is in second. Third is Tyler Lem in the 99. And fourth, is Vernon Broadback right there.
Yep, here comes Tyler Lem to the inside of the 19, though, going into turn 2. That's going to tighten him up. Oh, he uses up the 19 a little bit. That pushes the 19 into the wall, pushes the car behind him into the wall. And I saw that a lot, Rick. When you got beside somebody, you get just unusually tight. Like, it's uncanny how tight the car gets when you try to go underneath another driver. It's quite odd. Your air gets taken away, and you saw what happened right there. So, it's almost like you want to pass on the outside. It sounds odd. But it's just you're the car inside of you just pushes up so bad. Oh, caution. 50 is around. I believe that is Martin Giroux in the back. First caution of the evening. Lap 7.
So he may have had a little help to hit the wall, and then the one maybe tapped him, sending him into that inside retaining wall. Not terrible, but enough to bring out the yellow flag. All right, our first incident with the 50 of Martin Giroux with a little bit of contact with Matthew Robinson. Brings out our first caution tonight here on lap 7.
Lap 7.
So with this track, anytime you can bunch these drivers back up, that's just going to be an opportunity to make up. Maybe you could take this opportunity to take a breath, figure out, maybe you learned something in that first run. Maybe you didn't. And then get back out there and figure out how to get a few spots back.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely. It's going to be an interesting strategy game here because I don't know if anybody's going to come down pit road.
Like everybody?
They do, because I think they can make it to the end here. I think they can definitely make it to the end of this stage. People are like, "What do you mean? You can't go 73 laps?" Obviously, you can't. But yeah, I think these drivers know they can make it to the end of the stage, so might as well come get some fresh tires, come get some fuel. You may see some 2-tire stops here as one car stays out. I think that is Dan Hughes.
It is. The number 6 of Dan Hughes stayed out. That certainly gives him an opportunity. He was back in 18th. Looks like what we're seeing.
Fuel only for the 41.
Pretty much everybody. Let me take that back. Not everybody. So looking at the telemetry, the 19 of Alex Berrubi He did a full 4-tire stop. The same with Jordan Wenzel, Michael Whitley Jr., and Matt Robinson. They took 4 tires and fuel. Everybody else took fuel only.
I mean, I think on this run right here, you're going to be so far behind because the field's going to be so spread out that, a driver like Alex Forte-Berube, I don't think he'll be able to make up all those spots to get back up to where he was by the end of the stage. I just don't think it's enough time.
He's coming out in
do it.
16th.
Yeah.
So if you are watching our broadcast and you may be, there may not be the clearest image, or there may be an issue, we are in the Carolinas. Our broadcast center is in North Carolina, and we have been dealing with a rash of major thunderstorms. So bear with us, please. We'll do our best to bring you what we can, but certainly we're at the mercy of the weather.
Always. Always, always are.
All right, lights are off on top of our pace car, which means we should be going back to green next time by. We'll take that green flag here at lap 10. As John mentioned, we got a stage break at 26. Now, with most drivers coming in at, this is a good opportunity. Most drivers just came in, took fuel. For Dan Hughes, that's a calculated, if you can, I guess he's banking on another caution coming out, I'm assuming. I mean, because I don't think he can make it.
No. I mean, he may just be going for a bonus point. Why not,
But
which he would have already gotten by leaving a lap.
Well, but I guess you get that 1 point, but you can't make it to the end of the stage.
Oh, no. No. You can't. No way.
Yeah, it's one thing we don't have. We don't have access to the driver's fuel gauge. If we go inside and look, we can see it, but it doesn't tell us the right answer. So.
No, it does not. All we know is this restart is going to be interesting for sure. I mean, he should be okay on tires because nobody else took tires. The only thing he's down on is fuel. He may have a slight advantage when it comes to weight because he'll have less weight in the car, which means he will theoretically, I guess technically, be less downforce. But we're about to see what happens here as the 6 of Dan Hughes leads us off. Green flag back in the air here at Indianapolis for the Brickyard 200. And 6 is underway.
6 gets a good jump. He's got a pack of hungry dogs on his tail, knowing that stage break is just 16 laps away.
Oh, yeah, he got tight coming out of the corner. Here comes the 41 to the inside. 6 is dropping like a fly. See Burton Broadbeck and Jonathan Baranowskis there going side by side. Going to go into turn 3 side by side. There's Ty Bostic as well. To the outside of him is the 30 of Alex Murphy. Everybody, I think, clean. Nobody hit the wall out of turn 4 that time as the 41 reclaims the lead here. Here's a 10 on the inside of that 72. 72 got a little bit tight. Here comes the 10 back up the track. Still side by side as now they battle down into turn 2. Oh, 10 got really tight there out of turn 2. Pushed the 72 up.
Oh, contact.
Yep, that's going to stack up that high line. There's the 22 and the 30 still side by side. Going into turn 3, the 24 and the 77. Matt Piracini and Corey Bunch side by side. 22 pushes up just a little bit, and this is the corner I'm going to be worried about. Who's going to push up here in turn 4? Oh, the 6 there is going down pit road.
Yep. He is now pitting under green. It won't hurt him. He'll cycle him back to the end, but he'll be by himself, which could hurt him.
Could hurt him just a little bit. 24 is a little bit sideways on the inside, trying to make his way by. I believe that is the 19. Yeah, that is the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube there on the outside of the 24.
He has made up nearly 7 spots since that pit stop.
He has.
Yep, fresh tires. Maybe not a bad idea.
No, I mean, he'll definitely have an advantage just for a little bit. We'll see. Also, those camera rumbles are absolutely beautiful to see. And here, it's great. So here's the 19. Looks like he's trying to size up. I believe that's the 67 of Corey Ennis going down into turn 1. We'll see what happens here as they go into turn 1.
Now we're watching this pack. We're not losing sight of the fact that Jordan Booth and Tyrell Lem have kind of broken away a bit.
They have. Here comes the 19. Probably going to go to the inside here. Yep, there he goes. Setting up that pass. On the inside of the 67 machine of Corey Ennis.
Not quite there yet. May take him another lap or so to get around him, but Corey did a good job of keeping his position.
I think he will keep that position as they battle out of turn 4 right now. Jordan Booth, you're right, and Tyler Lim have checked out. All different kind of cars out here now. I'm looking at a Delta car, a Delta Airlines car of Mike Wheel. I got a Target car.
Yeah, there's a lot of new paint
Michael
schemes.
Whitley.
Yep. Kind of good to run through the field here. That's that Target car you're speaking of. Go back and look at Mike Wheel. This is Michael Wheel running currently in 18th.
Yep, but up 10 spots.
That is correct. Also up 10 spots is the 43 of Garrett Walden.
Looks like the 19 has made up another position up to P8, getting around the 77 of Corey Bunch there. Corey Bunch looks a little bit tight. Here comes the 19 back to the bumper of Corey Ennis. Gives that 67 a little bit of a shove. Here goes the 67 to the inside of Alex Murphy, diving down. Going to be into turn 3. We'll see if that position sticks. Oh, the 24 washed up really bad in the back. Kind of watching a lot of different things happening here.
Yeah, there's a lot of battles happening on the track, especially this group right here and the group in front of them with Bostic.
Oh, Bostic turned to 72. This is going to be a big wreck. Maybe not. Just one car.
That's 72 of Jonathan Varanauskas, who just got spun and wound up eating that inside retaining wall.
I was expecting that car to bounce off just a little bit more. That's why I thought it was going to be a big wreck. I thought he was going to come back up the track a little bit. But luckily, for everybody else's sake, he did not.
I think he held on to it.
Yeah, that was as much. That's the best driving you can do. Oh, that's a 10. Excuse me. I thought it was a 22. Excuse me. I thought it was a 22 of Ty Bostic, but that was the 10 of Vernon Broadbeck.
So he washes up the track. There's a little contact with the wall close. 10 wash up as well. They're super close.
I mean, a 10.
There's the contact.
Yeah.
It's minor, but unfortunately it's just enough on that left rear that just spins him big time into the inside retaining wall. The magic of iRacing, his bumper comes off, it comes back.
Those little iRacing elves doing their job.
Magical elves they are. Okay. All right. So here we are at lap 16, just 10 laps away from our stage break. Contact occurred with the 72 of Jonathan Vernauskas along with the 10 of Vernon Broadback. 72 is on pit road, as well as a 50 of Martin Giroux, Matt Robinson, Tyler Sexton as well. All right, we're going to take this opportunity to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network.
Athletic Training Solutions specializes in on-site health and wellness programs for industrial athletes. We focus on the treatment and management of work-related injury and illness, as well as employee health and wellness. As one of the leading providers of occupational health services, we serve businesses of all sizes and types. Our experienced, certified athletic trainers work with each client organization to minimize employee disability, promote employee health and wellness, and help to control healthcare costs. We work with a network of doctors that are trained with an understanding of OSHA recordables and the first aid treatment approach to help keep your employees at work.
All right, thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the iNRS Brickyard 200. We appreciate you tuning in. And glad to see you. We are currently on lap 17 of 80 here. We've had an incident with the 72 and the 10. But, yeah, not bad. This is a challenging track for these drivers. This is it's a challenge track overall, but certainly seen some good racing, some good dicing and slicing amongst these drivers.
Absolutely, no, really good racing, really good action so far. So I'm excited to see how this race is going to shape up as this race goes on. You know, we're just a short bit away from that stage break at lap 26, so we'll be getting about 8 to go at the line.
All right, lights are off on our pace car.
Rick, I got to ask, are you going to be watching the Brickyard this weekend?
Oh, absolutely. Now that the RNC will be wrapped up.
That is a good point. Was tonight the last night?
Tonight is the last night, yes.
Gotcha.
Yep, big follower of politics. Just to, politics is very similar to NASCAR. You know, some people watch it because they enjoy the battle, they enjoy the competition. Others are watching for the wrecks, just like politics.
You know, I've never heard that comparison before, but I think it's a very accurate one. I applaud it. Green flag is back in the air here. Nope, that's not Tony Stewart. That's the 41 of Mr. Jordan Booth taking a lead here with just a few laps to go in stage 1. Oh, 3 wide, Rick. This is not pretty. Oh, better hold on to it. Okay, they settled out just a little bit. But I saw 3 wide, and, this is not IndyCar.
Absolutely.
Battle still happening all the way through the field. The 81 versus 24 driving side by side as they now go into turn 3. 81 looks like he's going to clear, as it looks like there's almost like fog.
Saw that.
Doesn't it look a little cloudy to you?
A little bit, yeah.
Well,
Let's not forget that our second play, our car of 19, of Alex for Jay Berube, he battled all the way back. That was a smart move. I'll give it to him, to take tires. Also, along with Jordan Wenzel. Jordan Wenzel also took tires as well at that first pit stop at lap 7. They are now in 6th and 7th.
19's a little sideways though, Rick. Here he goes. He's sideways. Oh, he saved it. The 19 has I think major front end damage. He looks to be extremely slower than the rest of the cars that went a straight line, which is not good.
Got a little bit of a, looks like a little bit of a dent in that front splitter.
Yeah, he definitely does. That's not going to help him aero-wise. It's actually going to do the opposite effect. It's almost going to like be a parachute.
Yeah, he's one of the few Toyota Camrys that are out there. You can see Tyler Sexton in the 35 is a Camry driver. Trying to get a shot of his spoil, but you see it's pretty much straight across, and then we'll go back and just for comparison, you can look at the front of the 19, and you'll see that there is a little bit of a wave in that front spoiler. That's telling us that there's a little bit of front end damage right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just suffering a little bit. He dropped all the way back now to P11. Unfortunate there. You see I believe it's 43 of Garrett Walden back there battling with the 94 of Michael Whitley Jr. Oh, here goes the 19 under the 25.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself back up into position. He definitely slipped back a number of spots. But Jordan Booth is still out there out front. He's got a little bit of a gap on the 99 Tyler Lem.
Oh, 43 got into the 5. 43's trying to battle a little bit here. Almost 3 wide. A little bit further on the back.
Yeah, big.
43 still sideways.
There's definitely a gaggle of drivers back here. This is round position 16 here. Got the 12 of Eric Jeffers right there on his tail. Nick Alves is there too in the 13. And they've got Mike Wheel in front of them in that 96 car. The 28 is there as well. That's Joe Musso.
Side by side now. The 96, maybe not. Maybe the 96 is going to fall back in line.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any advantage to dropping out of the pack unless you've got a little bit of help. If someone's moving that air in front of you, makes a great, good opportunity, but by yourself with everybody else in the high line, not a good choice.
No, not at all. Some more battles going on. That's the 19 of Alex Forgier Berube again.
Also a 55 of Vince Burns under the 24. Looking up front, that's the 67 of Corey Ennis trying to get by the 81 of Jordan Wenzel.
Oh, big move there from, I believe that is, the 43.
He came right out of that line, but we've got just 2 laps to go here before the stage break.
You know, what I've noticed, there's people who either really like this track or they really don't. Some people just can't seem to figure it out. And Rick, there's got to be some fog here. Something's happening. It is a foggy race here at Indianapolis today.
Well, it certainly is a bit of an overcast day, and let's see if we can bring up some weather information, see if anything's changed. It's like track temp is
91?
Yeah, 93% humidity, overcast. The track temp has dropped to 89. So the track has cooled off exponentially from where we started. That cloud cover moved in and pretty much shut down the whole track. It's only 75 in air temp.
3 wide coming out of turn 2. This is going to be a little tight. Oh, they got it settled back there. I believe that is with...
contact on the wall with the 19. That's Alex Ruby tagging that outside retaining wall. He's going to need his pit crew to break out the hammers, try and straighten out what he's done to that number 19.
Yeah, I mean, the right sides of these cars here can get absolutely demolished.
Well, you can see his right front is just toast.
Yeah, it happens.
But
it happens.
But he's not alone. If you look at the 99 of Tyler Lem, he's got similar front end damage. And look, Ty Bostic now up to third with just this lap to go. And he is all over the bumper of the 99.
Yeah, he's going to get the 99 a little loose here coming out of turn 2. We'll see if he makes a pass to the inside. He's going to try to the inside. I don't think he's going to be able to. Oh, he is. He's drawing alongside there. Side by side now going into turn 1. Or, wow, turn 3, excuse me.
It's a drag.
Turn 3.
Yeah, it's a drag race. He takes the preferred line and moves ahead of the 99, picking up the second position.
Yeah, 22 is the fastest car on the track right now.
Yep, he will take P2 at this stage break. Caution should fly, and there it is.
There it is. Jordan Booth gets the stage win. Ty Bostic in second place. Tyler Lem, Jordan Wenzel, Alex Murphy, Corey Ennis, Corey Bunch, Vince Burns, Matt Pirosini, and Richard Mills. Your top 10.
All right. Well, we thank you for tuning in to the iNRS Brickyard 200 here at Indianapolis. We appreciate you tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. We know you have a choice as to what to tune into, and we appreciate you making it on our little channel.
I expect everybody to come down pit road here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Reset the field. But right now, it is Jordan Booth out at the point. Ty Bostic, a great run for him up here in P2. I think this could be a really good showing for him. Maybe even a win, question mark?
Well, he certainly needs it. That's for sure. All right, we expect to see these drivers coming in. And as we expected, that entire field will be down for fuel and tires. Well, maybe not the entire field. Looks like that may be Dan Hughes staying out.
I think it was.
Yep. I think Austin Walton, who was a lap down. So they both stayed out because they were a lap down. Oh, it was like the 41 may have missed his pit stall.
I think he did. All right, here we go. Race out of pit road, and yeah, the 22. Oh, the 41's way back there.
You see if the 19 was held, or he's taking this opportunity to get a little bit of damage repaired. Probably not a bad idea.
No, not at all.
All right, the 22 of Ty Bostic wins the battle off of pit road. Vernon Broadbeck, a 9-second stop. I'm not sure if that was just fuel and right side. That's an interesting combination. Or if that was fuel only.
Bold call. That's
Yeah.
all I got to say. Very bold. Well, we are just 29 laps, going to be 30 laps complete at the line, almost halfway to the end.
All right. Again, thanks for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. We appreciate you. And if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, we ask that you like and follow along so that we can remind you of these upcoming events. And ask that you can continue to join us. We have this series here, and in a few weeks we'll be back with a new season of the IWM, the Tech for Troops Cup Series, which will kick off on September 14th and run to almost the Christmas holiday. That's their 5th season. But we're here with the iNRS season here on Thursday nights, and Thursdays, this makes it kind of special because these guys run the full NASCAR schedule, and this opportunity gives you a chance to kind of preview what you'll see on the weekend.
Absolutely.
Now, as we said, we did have a little issue last week, and we were not able to get that race in, but that race has been rescheduled. That will run, I think, the 8th.
Got it.
August 8th, that is.
Either way, it's gonna be fun. So we'll see. We'll see how this restart plays out.
Yep, Bostic will have the 10 of Vernon Broadbeck on his outside. Yeah, we've seen Ty in the past. He's been pretty good from the front. We'll see how he's able to do it today.
We will see. Alrighty, pace car is going to dip down a hard left-hand turn here. Pace car, or the race is led, by the 22 of Ty Bostic, who is underway and up through the gears. Green flag back in the air here at the iNRS Brickyard 200. Make the rat of turn 1 right now, going into turn 2. 99 gets a little bit loose there, but he's able to gather her back up.
Good shots
Running
from our
Broadbeck.
crank it up Cam.
Yep. One of the biggest issues with racing other people at this track is you don't know what their braking points are. So the driver in front of you may have a completely different braking point than you do, and you got to be cognizant of that, or else you will spin the guy, which is not good. You don't like spins. So here we go, possibly a pass for the lead. No, 10.
Would have been a contact. The 10 keeps brushing that outside retaining wall, but that group at the front has stayed tight the whole time. He looks to the inside. You know, people think the whole braking zone is, well, they see Indianapolis as a super speedway, but it's not. It's those corners make it super tough. You're out of the gas for sure. Just
here comes the 10. Little lead. And there goes the 99. Right underneath the 22. Oh, 22 barely into the wall.
So he's giving up another spot to the 99.
And here comes the 30 of Alex Murphy. He's going to keep on losing spots. There's a 77. Corey Bunch giving some help to the 30. Well, that's how you go from 1st to 5th in about 3 corners. The battle is really feisty for these drivers back here in the pack, though. Right behind Jordan Winsel multiple cars side by side. That's Rousseau, Mills. You got Jeffers, Whitley.
So that's where it gets really complicated, especially if you're thinking about where you're going to get off the gas. We'll jump in the cockpit of Eric Jeffers right along with Eric. Get a feel for what he's seeing.
Great run out of the corner by that 25 machine right in front of him.
So right here where it gets tricky.
Yep, when do you let off?
Well, there's
Yep.
some contact there. I think Dord.
Yeah, they're definitely shifting gears.
Yep.
I wonder if that just is the set that they're using, because I used the fixed set and there was no way I was shifting gears in that thing.
So here on iRacing, there's lots of ways to skin this cat. How this league operates is that iRacing publishes a setup. We call it a fixed setup that they have, and you can either run that or with this league. So you have the opportunity, if you want to upload a setup, particularly for this track, you can do that. But I'm not sure. So, been a lot of action going on, John, as these cars are in front here, diving in and out.
Oh, close. We're going to see a... oh, man, this is going to get tight right here. All these drivers now side by side, trying to figure out where to go. That's Corey Ennis, 55 there, Vince Burns. It seems like these cars don't like being side by side.
No, I think we'll see that Sunday as well.
Which, you know the fears of that. You know what the issue of that can bring. Oh, contact! 55 into 67. A little contact there. A little friendly contact.
Just
a little contact never hurt anybody. Yeah. It's almost like the car up top can't get a run off. The car on the bottom can't get a run, you know, and they get super tight, and nobody's happy when you're side by side.
Looking back up front, Vernon Broadbeck, Tyler Lem, Alex Murphy, all right there, but they haven't been able to get too far ahead of Corey Bunch, but Corey Bunch has got a little bit of a partner back there. He's got Jordan Booth right there on his tail.
Yeah, you know, this is one of the tracks where I think if you have a teammate with you, you can pick up major speed on the front stretch and the back stretch. As you see the 41 going around the 77 as we speak. I think you could easily pick up multiple tenths doing a drafting style strategy. You just have to make sure you're not taking the air out from the car in front of you and causing him to wreck. So it can be done. Will we see a lot of it? We don't know, but it can be done.
Well, this is probably a teammate of convenience, because I just realized that the 40 is not on the track. He did not make tonight's race.
Ah, that is true.
We were talking earlier about Brendan Hayes, and he was not able to make tonight's event.
Unfortunate there.
Just looking back through the field, you go back to the 19. He is mired back right now in 23rd position.
Yes, he is.
But if you notice his front splitter,
All
they're able
fixed.
to get the front splitter fixed, not so much on that right front corner.
Well, I'd rather have the front than the right. That thing was acting like a parachute, and parachutes are not good here. We're not skydiving.
Absolutely. All right, lap 39, just about to come up to halfway point here at the Brickyard. And as you can see from the track map up in the corner, for the most part, they're still hanging together.
Yeah, and lap times, lap times really haven't fallen off that much. The leader is running within a tenth of a second of his fastest lap, which is pretty wild to think about.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Interesting data.
So the only car I show a lap down is Austin Walton.
Yeah, only 2.
Two laps on Jonathan Bernascus. He is in the pits. He has got, he's trying to get some work done this morning.
We just passed halfway right now. So just past halfway, and your leader, Vernon Broadbeck out front, Tyler Lemon second, Alex Murphy in third, Jordan Booth in fourth, Corey Bunch in fifth, Corey Anderson sixth, Jordan Winslow in sixth, Corey Anderson seventh, Ty Bostic in eighth, Vince Burns in ninth, and Jacob Rousseau in P10.
This is one of those races where slow and steady wins the race. You gotta keep consistent. You're able to replicate those corners lap after lap. You'll be successful, especially if you can manage your tire wear and the heat in those tires.
Absolutely, you can.
All right, we're gonna. Go ahead, John.
I was just saying, and the big thing is, it's like the Indy 500. You got to ride. You just got to sit here and ride for a little bit. So be patient, and you may find yourself up in the front by the end of this race. You never know.
These guys last came in on lap 28. We should expect to see potentially green flag stops and pretty much the next 5-6 laps.
I would suspect so. That is correct.
Did see Dan Hughes come in? Scheduled stop. That's a 4-tire stop for the 6. Big battle at the front, though, between Tyler Lamb, who's now taken over the lead from the 10 of Burton Broadback.
Yeah, about to say that happened as we were talking, and Tyler Lim out front trying to break up the draft just a little bit. It does work. There's the pass for the lead right there. And we may see another pass if this 10 can get up near the back bumper of that 99. He's slowly closing. Here he goes. He doesn't look like he's going to make a move. But he will go to the high side. Let's open up the door for the 30. Though shuts the door. 30 had to slam on his brakes, and caution is out on the track. Matt Perusini?
He's definitely pointing in the wrong direction, John, and there's a lot of smoke in front of that car. That's going to be a hard hit for the 24. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, let's wind this one back a little bit. So this reminds me of Pocono. And we've covered other series when side drafting seems to be something that can kind of be a little bit too close to call. Oh, actually, I take that back. Oh, did he come back up the track? He did.
Luckily, everybody got around him safely, but he took like 2 hard hits, the inside and the outside. Yep, and with no quick repairs, that could be the end of the 24th night.
I believe it will be, unfortunately.
All right, lap 45 is in the books. We are under caution here at the Brickyard for an incident between the 24 of Parasini and, gosh, I forgot where the contact was.
13.
That's correct.
Nick Alves.
Nick Alves. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network.
HTI provides commercial smart security systems, audio-visual solutions, TV mounting and installation, access control, and surveillance systems. In addition, our networking division can provide business networking and Wi-Fi solutions. All these systems can be remotely managed through our ACE HTI applications and cloud-based solutions. Running a business these days is a tough and demanding job. Let the folks at ACE HTI ensure that your place of business is safe for your workers and your company assets. ACE HTI can offer you integrated burglar alarm systems, access control and health, and wellness systems to ensure the safety of your employees and visitors. If you are looking to modernize or purchase a new fire alarm system, look no further than ACE HTI. We can offer you the latest state-of-the-art solutions to keep watch over your business. Does your surveillance system need a refresh? ACE HTI can install the latest 4K surveillance cameras with custom analytics and AI to help you understand what's happening in and around your business. Are you a restaurant or hospitality venue? Does your facility host sporting events? Reach out to ACE HTI for the latest in video displays and audio systems to enhance and define your place of business. ACE HTI service area includes both North and South Carolina. Reach out to us today at 336-941-3171 or via email at info@ace-hti.com.
All right, welcome back to the iNRS Brickyard 200. We are under caution for the 4th time tonight for an incident between the 13 of Nick Alves and the 24 of Mr. Persini. Unfortunately, I do not believe the 24 will be returning. Pretty massive hit, but we'll see. It's a long race, and there is still 34 laps to go.
Yes, there is. Still about almost half the race over, and one more stop. One more stop.
So you see the 17 of Walton. He's a lap down car. He'll get a wave around once the caution lights go off on top of the pace car. Your lead car, your control car, will be the 41 of Jordan Booth. Jordan continues to battle here. Jordan continues to lead the points series and has multiple wins this season. Always been a top contender.
Just doing everything right.
Yeah.
He's just doing everything right.
All right, with this restart, he'll have the 30 of Alex Murphy to his outside. The 81 of Jordan Wenzel will be behind him, and then Corey Bunch will be the 4th car. I'm not sure how. Yeah, okay. So there's a little bit of jockeying position. Just a correction. Corey Bunch has got the inside line behind the 41 of Jordan Booth.
Yep, there we go. Makes a little bit more sense, but either way, you know, you still have, you know, Alex Murphy trying to get that win. Can he steal it from Corey a Bunch or a Jordan Booth or a Jordan Wenzel drivers we've seen up in the front. Can we see a first-time winner? You never know.
Yep, good opportunity for someone like Ty Bostic, who's sitting in 5th, to punch his ticket and get up there. 10 drivers are locked into the playoffs. Someone who's locked in that I don't see out here tonight is Simon Magin.
That is correct. I actually don't see him.
Yep, same with Brendan Hayes. Both of those drivers who are already winners have not been able to make tonight's event. So we're back under green. Yep.
We've got the sun out now. That's going to change these track conditions for sure. And might make it a little bit slick. So got to be careful. Got to be careful.
Certainly change the track temperature. It's up plus 6 degrees with that sun coming out. Oh, caution's back out.
Yeah,
Ron
I felt like
and
we were
Mike
going to have a
Wheel.
good one.
Mike Wheel is still, I'm sorry, that's Ron Fitting. He is running through the grass. I don't believe he is happy at all.
I would agree. I would agree.
All right, let's take a quick look and just see what we can see. Washing down the 3, the 42 comes right down across the nose of the 3 and makes contact. That's the 40. That's Tony Japs. Unfortunately, you got the 67 that has no place to go and winds up T-boning the 3, and then 20 slips by underneath. 35 up high tags the wall. The 96 of Mike Wheel has nowhere to go. .42, you saw the 42 there. That's Tony Japs still kind of sliding through.
Tough break.
Yep. Number of drivers are involved in our 5th incident of the night. All right. Damage doesn't look so terrible. Those guys should be able to continue. I doubt, since we were just in on lap 45, that we should see too many folks decide to come in, but you may see fuel only at some point. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you might. You might. Kind of be a gamble to go fuel only right here. I don't really see an advantage.
Yeah, because you're going to have to stop one more time regardless.
Yeah, it's just not really much of an advantage.
With 30 laps to go, you can't make it all the way, but you can once you get past lap 60.
Yeah, after that, you're good to go. You are good to go to the end for sure.
So everybody we saw involved in that incident, Dan Hughes, well, Dan wasn't involved, but he's on pit road. Tony Japs, Ron Fitting, Mike Wheel, Tyler Sexton also on pit road. Tyler's been there a while trying to get some repairs done. But certainly the drivers who were involved trying to get a bit of repairs. Well, Austin Walton gets a lap back. Goes back-to-back caution, certainly helping out the 17.
Well, Rick, looking at where we are, in this race, you got to be thinking about, if you're somebody in the back, you got to think about, those guys who possibly need to get a win. You got to start making your moves up to the front now, because with one more pit stop to go, if you're in the back, you really don't want that to happen under green, because you can have a lot of mistakes, and we haven't had a green flag stop here. So we haven't had to worry about pit road entry. So thinking about this race and how it's going to go, if we get a caution here in the next 10 laps, let's say on lap 60, we could be seeing the whole field come down for the last time. So you got to gain as many positions as you can.
Yeah, this is
quick.
And this is not like a track like Daytona or Talladega where, tires really don't matter. This is not that track.
No, not at all.
So, although it's as long as Talladega with being 2.5 miles, you do have significant tire wear. These corners are tight, and it's easy to build heat in them and have wear. And there's an advantage. You saw the 19, take a full pit stop. I think it was like the first or second stop of the day, and he brought it all the way back up and was challenging up at the front. So you can do it. You can drive back to the front.
You can. You absolutely can.
So what we may see, is that at this next pit stop, which could be your last pit stop, we may see some gambles. We may see some drivers elect to take only outside right side tires. We may see some decide to skip tires altogether and try to hang on to position. If you're in the back and all you're looking to do is improve your position from 25th, you may gamble.
Yeah, you might.
All right, we are back up and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Jordan Booth in the 41 is our control car.
All right, here we go. What is going to happen on this potentially last stint before we get the pit stop? Green flag is back in the air. 41 is underway with just 28 laps to go. The field starts to span out just a little bit.
We're calling some familiar names up front: Booth, Bunch, Wenzel, Murphy.
19's looking to try to make a move. He gets really tight. 19 really tight out of the corner. Oh, we're going to have a mess.
We're wrecking him back.
Yep, we had a mess.
That's the 19 of Alex Paget-Ruby going around.
And just like that, caution back out.
A rash of cautions. Let's take a quick look at that. That's the 10 of Broadback and the 19 of Alex Paget-Ruby. Just a tiny bit of contact upsets the 19, but enough to slow him down. The 25 of Musso says, yeah, you're in my way. The 1 gets by barely. The 19 holds it. He's still spinning. That's the 50 of Giroux that goes below, and the 20, a little bit of contact there. That's Martin Pinnell. But for the most part, that's the end of that incident. All right, that just consumed 3 laps, and by the time we're done with this caution, we'll be, I guess, at least potentially another 3 laps chipped off. We'll be at 56. And some real thinking is going to have to happen here as to when you gamble, because you got to come down one more time.
Yeah, it's got to be sometime soon.
Well, maybe not though. We've had cautions at lap 45. We had cautions before that. Now at lap 53. So we've got a number of these laps that are ticking away that we've done this at 60 miles an hour pit road speed. I mean, at pace speed.
Right.
How does that play into your strategy to come down? You don't need to come down now. Maybe you're coming down, or maybe you have the fuel to come down 65, lap 67 maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a close call. It's going to be a very close call.
But what we do know is that you will have to come down one more time.
For sure.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back.
Our mission at Coastal Financial is to provide comprehensive financial planning solutions tailored to each individual's unique needs and goals, with the aim of empowering our clients to make informed financial decisions and achieve their financial potential. Our focus is providing the highest level of service to our clients, including successful business owners, professionals, and nonprofit organizations. Our commitment is to helping you improve your financial position, reach your financial goals, and safeguard your family and business. Our goal is to provide you with the resources and guidance necessary to accomplish these objectives. Our process utilizes a thorough and exclusive financial analysis, efficient implementation of recommendations, and continual reevaluation of fluctuating dynamics. You can find us at coastalfinancial.com or on Facebook at Coastal Financial.
All right, welcome back to the IWM broadcast of the iNRS Brickyard 200. Thanks for tuning in to our channel. I'm Rick Souza here with my co-broadcaster John DeRugis. We're here each and every Thursday night, at least for the time being. John's gone on hiatus for about a week as he heads off to Europe. But
a week?
A month.
I was about to say, well, those are new plans.
Yeah,
I don't remember discussing that.
That's all you get. That's all the vacation time we allocate you. You'll have to call this race from Italy.
It would be very early for me.
Well, you're not doing anything at 5 o'clock in the morning. You might as well just join us for a race.
Actually, let's see. If it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, it'd be probably like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna be too acceptable to say from the other party involved. Well, so she may be a little upset.
There you go. Well, she's in Italy. We'll
see. We'll see. I'll have my laptop. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so it'll be full swing probably into the playoffs for the iNRS series, getting back into the Tech Troop Cup series as well. So I'll be coming back in the first week of October, so be able to call that race. Not sure exactly when that is or what that race is going to be just yet. Haven't looked at the calendar, but this series will be right into the mix of the playoffs, and that's where you see a lot of these drivers needing to get a win. So we'll see who's going to be battling for that potential championship.
You're coming back at the right time. That'll be in the round of 12, the middle race at Talladega.
See, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. Yep. Just about time I get to get Talladega. Fantastic. All right, we are just now going back to green flag racing. It looks like the field stacked up just a little bit there on the outside, but the 77 is there. He is not going to go away down in the turn one. We are going to see if that 41 closes the door. He does not. He leaves it open. And just got word Alex Forget has been disconnected. 19 is out of the race officially.
Alex had a tough night tonight.
Car on the back, down. I think he got it all figured out, but all good.
Not sure what's happening in the back there. And back through the field. Saw a little bit of contact. That 67 of Corey Ennis has got a lot of front end damage.
Yeah, he does. That's going to have a little bit of an aerodynamic disadvantage, which I know he's not going to be too keen of.
Oh, he's like driving a snowplow.
Yep. Precisely. Oh, that's a little tie right there between the 22 and I believe that is the one of Matthew Robinson.
Just got word from the admin that from race control that Tony Japs has got to caught passing under yellow penalty, and for entering the pits before going to an EOL, so he must serve under green, and he is not happy.
Well, that is not good.
Yep, he is in the pits right now, just getting out, and he is
Beautiful paint scheme too.
It is, absolutely. Is it a Yingling paint scheme?
That is. That's correct.
Beautiful flag undertone there, but oh, looks like he went off. That may cause him to have another, well, maybe just an incident point. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. I just got word that there will be no calling races at 3 in the morning in Italy. So that's the official word.
Well, yeah. So apparently your race control has said that there's a... All right.
Sorry, Rick.
It's okay. It's all good. "22 laps to go here at the Brickyard. Jordan Booth continues to lead. What I have seen, John, is this field, and it's not just this league, but it stretches out. It won't take more than a lap or two, and we're single file.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely single file, and there's not much fall off. I mean, we're only 0.3 off the fastest lap right now for a lot of these drivers, so there is very little fall off here. And well, also, we haven't had a very long run. True. That's number 2. Our longest run, I mean, has been maybe 10 laps tops. So, there's a word that I haven't said, and I'm not going to say it, but it's happening tonight. It starts with T, and we probably know what that word is. If you count how many cautions there are and what lap we have to go, you can do some math there. Because that T word has been true, and I'm hopefully that T word does not have to be used, because I mean it's pretty on the mark. But either way, 21 to go. We are now entering the window. Who is going to take the chance to make their way down pit road to win the inaugural iNRS Brickyard 200? We do not know at the moment. But we do know that the front 3 are getting stacked up. Are we going to see a pass for the lead? Maybe? Question mark. Oh, here comes the 30 down to the bottom side of the 41 going into turn 1. 30 gets tight. 41 takes the lead.
So these guys last pitted on lap 45. Of course, we did have a number of cautions. It is lap 60. That's 15 laps, but at least 10 of those were under caution.
Right.
But again, these guys will all need to stop one more time.
And I'm taking mental notes right now, because I'm going to be running in the official fixed Brickyard on Saturday morning. I'm taking notes for some of this stuff, because I don't know if it's me, but you can't pass. You just can't pass.
No.
Like, you go down to the inside, you get tight. The guy in front of you still controls the spot. Oh, we got some contact. Maybe not.
Oh, yeah, it's still there. 81 of Wenzel.
Yep.
10 of Broadbeck. Definitely a little contact there amongst those drivers.
It's almost like you have to drive the car in front of you, if you're trying to make a pass, out of the groove to even make it work. Like, you can't force... It's just not going to work.
You've got to move them up by side drafting them.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, that's the only way you're going to be able to make a pass and get him out of his normal rhythm. Because the runs here are big. I mean, there's massive runs going on. You see the 10 right there trying to get around the 81. He's going to try to go to the high side. Nope, shuts the door. 81 does.
Well, and you're also seeing, there's a lot of, especially these runs coming out of the corners. You don't want to help the guy behind you, so you're diving down, you're breaking up the air, to avoid him getting a good run on you. There's contact with the wall by the 10. But you're doing everything you can to disrupt the airflow over the guy behind you to keep your advantage.
Exactly right. Exactly right. It also seems like when you follow the car in front of you, your car gets extremely tight. Like right here, you see the 10 going to wash all the way up the track, almost hit the wall. We got a taker down pit road. Garrett Walden on pit road. Mike Wheel on pit road too.
Well, with 17 laps to go, it's time. You can make this.
It is time.
And you know what? That's probably not a bad idea.
I mean, that's going to force everybody else's hand. I mean, the leaders are now running about 5 to 6 tenths off their fastest lap, and 5 to 6 tenths at a track like this is going to matter. So,
yeah, but of course, the other side of that is you're coming down. So here's how I see it. Fresh tires are good from lap 1 to lap 15. After that, everything squares up and you're just dealing with the tires.
yeah.
Taking those tires now, you're basically going to be running this run in the sweet spot of those tires. So check the box, you're good to go.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we just see, I think that's the 43 right behind the 41, kind of cycling through. He is now going to the high side. I think he could have defended a little bit more there.
Couple more drivers on pit road. Richard Mills in the 5 and Ron Fitting in the 3 there on pit road.
Yep.
So the alternative, the other side of that coin is if you're still running lap times that are still within your good number. I mean, for example, Jordan Booth, his best lap today was a 52.08. Well, he's nearly 7 tenths off his best lap.
Yeah.
Alex Murphy in 2, his best lap was a 51.98. His last lap was a 53. So there's some fall off there.
At about 15 laps, and then obviously 20 laps.
Yep.
I mean, I would even say it's probably a little bit less. It's probably 12 to 16 because of those caution laps we had.
So I think you'll expect to see everybody on pit road. My guess is with 12 laps to go, within the next 3 laps.
Yep, here's a 77 on pit road, 30 on pit road. Here's a lot of takers.
Yep.
Here we go. Alex Murphy, Corey Bunch, Winsel, Jeffers, Whitley, Robinson, Alves, Mousseau's, Joe and Jacob. So now really...
Yeah, so here's the big question. Now you're in, and you're out. You stayed out. When you coming in?
You got to come in next lap, because these are the guys he was battling with. He can't afford to go around one more time because he's going to lose that advantage.
Fuel only for a handful of those drivers.
Yeah, Michael Whitley, Eric Jeffers. Wow. That's bold. Now, that's not a...
Here's your leader on
strategy.
pit road.
Yep. And so we have to watch when those guys cycle through.
That's
Oh,
Booth.
Caution.
Oh, gosh. Caution's out now. That's terrible time.
Yeah, they got to drive through this thing, don't they? Oh, boy. What happened here? Nick Alves, 13 off track. What in the world? I think he was trying to get out of the pits and had some issues.
You hit the bump.
But did he?
Yeah.
I don't know why that caused a caution though.
Well, now because he's off track.
Did he lose it again? No, he
No.
didn't. Huh.
He didn't stop.
That's really weird, actually. I wasn't expecting that to cause a caution, but it did.
All right, so that has completely jumbled the field. So I don't know how this is going to affect this restart.
I don't know. I mean, you're going to have all those guys that came down pit road all the way in the back now. Or you're not, I guess, third, technically?
Well,
How is this going to cycle through?
I don't know. Tyler Len is on pit road. That has moved Scott Thomas, currently showing up at the front. I'm not sure if Scott Thomas was a lap down. He's showing. Don't know. Well, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Let's hope the iRacing scoring gods can get this straightened up. There's 12 laps to go here at the iNRS Brickyard 200.
ACE HTI provides residential and commercial smart security systems, audiovisual solutions, TV mounting and installation, access control, and surveillance systems. In addition, our networking division can provide home and business Wi-Fi networking. All of these systems can be remotely managed through our ACE HTI applications and cloud-based solutions. When you need more than a website or trying to Google an answer, reach out to ACE HTI. Our crack team of experts and technical support specialists can provide you answers when you need it the most. During business hours, you can reach our in-house help desk for those quick and easy fixes that can save you money. After hours and over the weekend, you can use our 24/7 emergency tech line. Our operator will get a technician on the phone with you within minutes. ACE HTI service area includes both North and South Carolina. Reach out to us today at 336-941-3171 or via email at info@ace-hti.com.
All right, welcome back to the IWM broadcast of the iNRS series here. We are tonight at the Brickyard. There are just 11 laps to go. We're under caution for a spin off of pit road by the number 13 of Nick Alves. Field got a little jumbled up. We were right in the middle of some green flag pit stops. This has put the 79 of Scott Thomas on the front, but he, I believe, also still needs to stop to get his final stop in.
This is going to be a wild race to the end.
You would think he would have just come down pit road that last time, but he's got a plan.
The man with the plan.
All right, your leader prior to this this incident and pit stops is Jordan Booth. Jordan will be on the outside of the 79 of Scott Thomas.
All right, what can Scott Thomas do? He's on at least 14 lap older tires comparatively to some drivers, so we'll see what he's able to do as he's the control car here in that 79 machine. It'll be 10 to go once we hit the line. The 79 is at the point, and green flag is back out here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Scott Thomas is in the lead. How long will that last? Here comes the 41 to his outside. Gonna power around the outside as the rest of the field is gonna do the same. Here comes the 10 of Vernon Broadbeck. 79 pushes up, contact.
Easy to do here. We've seen it all night long. Side by side, the opportunity to get into your neighbor is pretty common. Ty Bostic now takes over third behind the 10 of Broadbeck. They're too wide.
79. Yep, 79's dropping like a fly.
Yep, he is now back down to sixth. But unfortunately,
we got 3 wide. Oh boy.
That's the 94. The 12, the 81. Lots of door banging.
Yeah, the one almost put a lot of those guys in a bad spot. The one was pushing that yellow submarine Pennzoil car right there, and
Yep, that's
it
Eric
worked for a
Jeffers.
second.
Yep, one's still
Yeah,
banging on the back bumper of the 12.
and that'll work. But when you see those, I mean, the one has no reference of who's in front of the 12. So
The 99 Tyler Lem slammed into the outside retaining wall, sucked him back a little bit. Single digits, 9 laps to go. 8 laps to go.
and the 41 is checked out to almost a full second lead.
There's a lot of contact going on. Guys are battling to try and get some spots. This race is winding down. There's not much time left. There is just 32 corners to go. Looking back through the field, the 79 of Scott Thomas now back to 15th. He has to lead a lap there for a while. Michael Whitley up to 7th. He's +8 for the day. Big mover is the 14th, Matt Robinson.
Yeah, up 14 spots.
Back up in front, the 41 of Jordan Booth. Got a good jump on the rest of the field. Just under half a second advantage over the 10 of Vernon Broadbeck, and about 1 second with the 22 of Ty Bostic. But good showing for Bostic.
Absolutely. I mean, this battle up here at the front is going to get pretty close. That 10 of Vernon Broadbeck has been able to close the gap just a little bit, ran 2.5 tenths faster that last time by. We'll see if he's able to do maybe the same here. He has closed the gap to 0.3 of a second. I see the 41 trying to break this draft. Gap is now down to 0.24 as we enter the corner with 6 laps to go. That 10 car is there, Rick.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can to stay glued to his bumper and get an advantage. He needs that bit of draft to get up to his bumper and then make a move.
And here's his weaving that you're going to see. Gap is now just at about 0.2 of a second. Here's the 10. Took it in a little bit too low. He's going to slide up the track. May cost him big. Had to get out of the gas. 2 cars running 2 different lines here.
That's the advantage. That advantage goes to Jordan Booth. As long as he can keep him out of directly in his rearview mirror, he can break up that arrow. He's going to be successful.
And that 10 drove that corner into turn 1 very hard. More than I've seen him do that all race long. 41 got a little loose there out of the corner. It's going to give up a little bit of time to the 10. And, at some point, the 10's got to, he's going to gain more time by just staying in a straight line instead of bobbing and weaving. We are now approaching 4 to go at the line. Oh, was that a blink?
Could have been. Not what you want to see.
Not at all. 4 to go. Gap is 0.33 seconds for the 41 of Mr. Jordan.
Oh, contact.
Booth.
A little bit of contact.
We got a lot of 3-wide action in the back, though. Corey Bunch to 30 to 22. Some happened to Ty Bostic. Dropped 2 spots right there. All right, coming to 3 to go this time by.
See what happened to Ty Bostic here. Got a little loose. That allowed the 77 and the 30 to slip underneath.
Yeah, 30 was the biggest beneficiary of that. Got him into the podium spot. 3 laps to go. Gap is 0.3 of a second. And they're about to go into turn 3.
41 is doing everything he can to shake off that 10 off his tail.
Now we do have a lap car right there. Is that lap car going to cause any mayhem for that 41, even if it's going to mean his car getting a little bit tighter than it has been? That's the question.
That's the 17.
Will that 41 tighten up?
17 of Austin Walton.
Oh, here comes the 10. The 10 is closing in. That was a big corner for the 10. He's now down to about 1.5 tenths of a second. Or excuse me, 0.15 tenths of a second. Oh, 41 got a little loose there.
Super loose. Can the 10 capitalize? No, he tags the wall too.
Oh, he's there though, Rick. The 10's there.
He did.
The
41 did not take tires.
He's trying to shake it. The 10's like, hey, I want to stay up here. You do your dancing. I'm going to stay up here in the high line.
Broadback has not won. He needs a win. Could be a first-time win if he can get around the 41.
Well, here we go. We're about to be at 1 lap to go. That 10, I believe, is the stronger car. 10 gets a little bit of a better run out of the corner. Here we go. Coming to the white flag this time by. The 10, is he going to try to make a move going down to the turn 1? I mean, he's there. He's bobbing and weaving. The 41 is.
41 trying to make his car as wide as possible to keep the 10 off. 41 is due. Oh, sideways. He's drifting through that corner. Remember, neither of these cars took tires that last time.
Well, I think that big bobble by the 40, or excuse me, by the 10 did it. That 41 keeps on moving around trying to break that draft. Here we go down in the turn 3. 10 closes the gap just a little too high though. It's going to keep him up there. They're still close. Here we go down into turn 4. That 10 is there. Is it going to be enough? You're going to have a drag race down to the line. Is it going to be the 10? Is it going to be the 41? I don't think the 10 is going to be able to get there. The 41, Jordan Booth wins the inaugural race here at the Brickyard. Vernon Broadback in second, and Alex Murphy in third.
Wow. Great
What a good
finish.
race.
Absolutely.
I think what really killed the 10's momentum was turn 1. I think I saw him get on the rumble strip a little bit, and that caused him to really lose some major momentum.
See if we can go back to that last lap. We'll take the cockpit view of the 10. Here they're coming out of across the start finish line. This is last lap. Right there on the rumble strip. You can hear his tires squealing. He has a counter steer to go up. Lost huge momentum and just couldn't get it back. You're right on, John.
Yeah, I think if he didn't have that little mishap, he could have had a little bit of a closer gap going into turn 3 because he was still there. I mean, it just wasn't enough though, because he gained a lot here. And then in turn 4, he was able to have a little bit of a better corner than the 41.
It's almost like he had to back off just a little bit. But just not
he was
enough.
there.
Yeah.
No, not enough. Now the 41 doing some donuts at the Brickyard. Another win for the 40 XLI racing team. Another win for Jordan. Let's see if we can bring up those final results. Jordan Booth brings home the win in the inaugural Brickyard 200 presented by the iNRS Series and Admin Box. You have Vernon Broadbeck there in P2. Alex Murphy finishing in 3rd. Ty Bostic, a nice 4th place finish there. Corey Bunch in 5th. Vince Burns in 6th. Great run for him. Matthew Robinson in 7th. Michael Whitley Jr. in 8th. Eric Jeffers in 9th. And Jordan Winsel in 10th.
In 11th, you got Joe Musso. 12, Jacob Musso. 13 is Tyler Lem. In 14th, it's Richard Mills. 15th, Garrett Walden. 16th is Martin Giroux. Ron Fitting is in 17th. And 18th, Dan Hughes. 19th, Scott Thomas. And 20th is Nick Alves.
In 21st, Tony Japs. 22nd, Mike Wheel. 23rd, Austin Walton. 24th, Tyler Sexton. 25th, Corey Ennis. 26th, Alex Forget-Berube. 27th, Martin Pinnell. 28th, Matt Parasini. And Jonathan Varanoskis rounds out your field with the 29th place finishing position.
Well, we'll see if we can get Alex Murphy to join us here in the booth. Alex, congratulations on your P3 finish.
Thanks.
So, this is an interesting track. We don't see, obviously, we just came back to it this season, so not a lot of time, but give us your thoughts here about Indianapolis.
First thing comes to mind is very, very difficult to pass. You got to set it up. You got to get a huge run to be able to get by him, because if you try on the inside, he's just going to drive right back on the outside.
Yeah, we saw that a lot tonight. We saw that it was easy to get a run, but super hard to get past.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy if you stay high off of either a 2 or a 4, you can get a good round down the stretch, but not enough to clear the guy, and it just comes right back on you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've seen a couple of different versions of this. Was this the straight up standard setting for a fixed race setup for here at Indianapolis, or was this something that was custom for tonight?
No, I think it was standard fixed setup. Maybe a bit of adjustments on the brake bias on our end just to get it to handle as good as you can with a fixed setup. But no, it seems to be the standard iRacing setup. Was
the shifting a challenge with these corners?
No, not too bad. Pretty straightforward.
All
And
right.
down one gear going in and shift around the middle of the straight and back up the 5th, and that's about it. So pretty straightforward.
Gotcha. Well, listen, congratulations on your P3 finish. Do you have any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, a huge shout out to Advanced Sim Racing. Been on the car for a little over a year now. Great support from them. Big thanks to everyone back at Rumble Racing. All of us here enjoy racing on Thursday nights and started racing on Tuesdays in the trucks a bit. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, listen, congratulations on your finish, and we hope to see you next week.
Thanks.
You got it. All right, that's your 3rd place finisher. That is Alex Murphy, and we welcome Mr. Vernon Broadback to the booth.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you doing, Vernon?
Well, that was stressful, to say the least.
We are, the last few laps there. Well, starting at the caution, you both went in. Both yourself and Jordan went in. It was basically gas and go to get back out, and then it was on. I mean, you guys were.
We actually both took 2 tires there at that. On
Okay.
that caution.
All right. But less than what we saw the rest of the field do. But again, you guys were both out there battling bumper to bumper, put it that way.
Yeah, I just couldn't quite get to his side. There were a couple corners where I'd watch him make a mistake, and then I'd do the same thing. So,
Well,
he was.
Go ahead.
He was clearly he was the fastest car on the track tonight. I felt like I had a great shot at getting to him. I needed a couple more laps, I think.
Yeah, and we saw that from the booth, and also we went back and rewatched, that white flag lap, and I think we were just talking in the booth that had it not been for I think turn one in that final lap where you tagged a little bit of rumble strip coming out of turn one, I think you may have had a bit more momentum coming out of two.
Yeah, I definitely had a lift there. It wasn't much, but it was enough to whatever momentum I gained on him out of that corner, it was gone. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yep. But no, you guys put on a great showing towards for this last few laps. Good for our viewers, and certainly congratulations to yourself. We thought you were going to get that win, but we'll look for next time.
Oh, absolutely. I was looking for back-to-back, but I'll take second all day, every day. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Any shout-outs tonight?
Yeah, teammates at Roadrunner Motorsports. I know Vince had a great finish tonight, 6th place, so I was happy to see that. He followed some of the lines that I was taking to have the speed that he had, so I was really thrilled about that. But Josh and Scott running this league, they've done a great job. I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row. Well, 2 races in a row, because I mean we had 2 weeks off, but 2 races in a row where we've had great racing. I mean, we had a little more cautions here, but can't complain about that too much.
Absolutely. All right, well, there's your second place finisher, Vernon Brabeck, and we can bring into the booth Mr. Jordan Booth. Jordan, congratulations on your win tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, that was an exciting one.
Absolutely. We were just talking to Vernon, and you guys, took that last pit stop. You guys were mirror bookends. Both took fuel, both took right side tires, and came out and were battling all the way to the end.
Yeah, it was quite nerve-wracking. I thought whenever the track was hot, I thought for sure I had the best car by far. But then with the amount of clouds that rolled in, the track got really cool, and it became slot cars there, where we're just turning laps. And I mean, the draft was crazy. He was just on me the whole time. And I was like, if I make a mistake, he's going to go right on by. So it was just basically qualifying laps. Those last 10 laps probably made a pretty good show.
It certainly did. And I think, when Vernon said it himself that, he'd watch you and he'd see if maybe you made a slight mistake, and then he found himself making the same mistake, or, just all it took was a tiny little bit to make the cars just that much offset. So.
Yeah, I mean, I had to get great runs off of 2 and 4 every single time, because those straightaways are so long that it's like, I mean, the draft is going to pull them in about 2/10 every time. So I'd see the gap. I'd have to have a 4/10 gap going down the straightaways every time to make sure I felt comfortable going off into 3 and 1. But I mean, credit to him. He's stuck there. I mean, with all the dirty air in the corners and everything, he was making good time. But just wasn't quite enough to beat the Home Depot machine.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on your win. Any shout-outs for tonight?
Yeah, got to give one to Mike Wheel. That paint scheme tonight was a sick-looking ride, honoring Tony Stewart. As an SHR fan, felt like I had to go give a good send-off to them. And pretty happy to win at my home track, repping the childhood hero. So shout out to him for making me a sick scheme. And then just you guys, good show as always. Brendan couldn't make it again tonight, so we're going to fall even further in the team standings. He's not helping me at all. I'm out here scoring 50 points, and that doesn't matter. And then Josh for policing us, and it was a good show, and hope you guys enjoyed.
We certainly did. So next week we're off, but you're on. You guys are running the Chicago Street Course, correct?
Yep. Shout out to Jordan Wenzel for winning that race already, and should be fun.
All right. Well, I think that's it. John, any parting words?
Just want to say congratulations to Jordan, to Vernon, to Alex there. Great race to the end. Jordan, again, another fantastic finish. And also, we are not going to be broadcasting any more Wednesday night races for a few weeks because we're in the off season. Next week we'll be off completely. So gotta say that. So make sure to tune back in 2 weeks from today when we'll be back with the iNRS series. But hope you all enjoyed it. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing here on the IWM Broadcast Network.
All right. Thanks again, folks, and have a great night.